Guys, wake up. Another game-breaking bug just dropped with total transformation. And no, this is not about the quantum entanglement bug that has been patched. This bug is courtesy of Smart Person on YouTube. He made a video recently on how to replicate this bug and how to abuse it, mostly in boss events. It was actually used to get first place by a mile in the least cash rank boss. Of course, with the bug being so OP, those times were eventually removed, and now total transformation is going to stay banned in boss events, at least until it's patched. So let me do my best to explain how this bug works. Well, first off, this bug essentially allows you to get infinite attack speed on your Druid of Wrath, or the upgrades above it. But this is the main culprit right here. So the Druid of Wrath gains attack speed during the round as long as the Druid is attacking Bloons. However, with the total transformation, what you can do is you can transform the monkey, and now the base attack speed of the Druid is set at however much Wrath it had before the ability was used. And you can do this over and over and over as much as you would like to get your Druid to attack, well, as fast as you would like. There's just one caveat though. It's that this bug doesn't work if you activate the total transformation when the Druid of Wrath has hit the max. So what you gotta do is you gotta find, well, the spot between 0 Wrath and max Wrath in order to continuously stall it. So I just set up an Elite Lunaries double HP game here to show you how you can exploit in a boss. What you want is, of course, an infinite regrow farm so that you can stack it well an infinite amount of times during the round. I'm going to try to catch the regrow rainbows at the end of this wave. Come on now, anything? Yep, okay, I think we have the regrow farm nice and set up. So let me go ahead and sell these bombs now, and let me wait for the Druid to attack a little bit. This is not going to stack a huge amount, because you saw I only attacked like a couple times. So the difference here won't be very noticeable until I do it multiple times. I also have to survive the time between the abilities, so let me see if I can, hang on here. I'm gonna just do a Ring of Fire and then a cluster, should be good. And let me activate it again. Eventually, we won't need the Ring of Fire and the Cluster Bomb back here. It's just there since this Druid isn't fully powered up yet. And also, what's unfortunate is that I would use the pop count to check if my Druid of Wrath is, like, upped in attack speed, but unfortunately, they don't count regrow pops anymore, so we just kind of have to guesstimate. But I think you could already see it right there. Look, the moment it started attacking again, it was already shooting at a rapid speed. So we're making good progress, alright? Again, in fact, at this point, I'll start tech botting. Tech bot that transformation ability, and I guess while we're waiting to power the Druid up, should be important to mention how exactly the Druid of Wrath stacking works. So it gets up to double the attack speed once you get 200 damage on the Druid. I think it's just, well, the pop count in general, if it counted, or if it was visible. Do 200 damage, and that's your max. So I think the only problem with my current setup is that because this thing keeps shooting faster and faster and faster, the ability for the transformation is simply too long. So it's already max attack speed Druid by the time I use the ability. So I don't think I'm actually gaining any stacks anymore. So I think what I have to do here is I probably have to slow down the Bloons. Sorry, I'm choking here. What I should do is I think I should move this. Let's try up here a little further back. That I think should buy us time for the Druid to not attack too much before we activate the ability again. See, yep. I think that's good. I don't think it got 200 pops that time. Unfortunately, I'm dead here, so I f***ed up. I'm once again suffering from a severe case of the skill issue, but I think I got a setup that doesn't cap out the Druid at the max attack speed before using the ability. Got a glue up here, and this in the back, just in case anything goes by. I believe this is currently 10 cycles of the ability. See the current attack speed, much, much faster than original. I feel like it's still doing too much damage, though. Alright, 20 rotations of the ability. Yup, that is much better. I can feel the difference. I don't know how much I want to stack this, but I think I want to stack it up to a point where, well, it can solo tier 5 elite. Although that might be a little bit wishful thinking. Oh, by the way, while I'm here, I should mention that you can stack more than one Druid. In fact, I think it's a little bit of a missed opportunity if I don't do that. So let me just go ahead and drop another Druid of Wrath while I'm already here. And as I mentioned earlier, yes, this attack speed buff does stay when you upgrade to Avatar Wrath, so I can do that too if I feel like we're not doing enough damage. And we probably won't be, because it'll take a lot of stacking in order to get to that amount of attack speed. The amount of attack speed needed to be, 80 million HP Because for reference, the top 1 boss run incurred a 2-hour penalty on round 49 in order to get it fast enough. I guess a simple way to keep track of if it's maxed yet is, remember that the Thorn Swarm shoots out 8 per shot, so that's 8 damage at max, which means it should shoot no more than 25 times between abilities in order to it to increase in power. I'm pretty sure that I already shot 25 times. And I think the last thing I need to mention about this bug is that if you back out of the game at any point, your stacks will be reset. So we gotta beat Bloons in one try here. And even if we fail to get enough attack speed for round 49 here, we always have round 76 as a backup. So I'm just gonna leave this game, I think, AFK for a little while. Maybe do some super fast forward while I'm at it. And I'll check back in a little bit or so to see how much faster this Druid is attacking. Well, guys, I'm an idiot. I was trying to do a little thingy with the Chinook, and I happened to kill the Rigger farm. Well, I suppose I'll just use this time to see how fast the Druid currently is. I think the first one that I bought may not be as fast as the other ones, because the other ones were up in front. But let's take a look now. Transformation also gave a count bot. Oh boy. I mean, that's pretty good. That looks pretty fast and all, doesn't it? Although, is it as fast as it could be? One thing I forgot to do is I should lose lives here. I'm gonna try to tank the camos. I need to get down to 80 or something, 80 something. 50. Okay, perfect. Perfect. When I'm at 80, I actually meant 50, because you need to lose 90 lives in order to get the Heart of Vengeance fully maxed out. So that just doubled the power right there even more. Anyways, who's ready for some tier 2 Elite Blooners action? I'm gonna move, I guess, all the Druids in range here. Let me just do some shenanigans real quick. Okay, so let's see. This one is doing about 2,000 DPS, alright. This one is doing much less than 2,000, so we know that this one is the one that's powered up a lot more. I'll eventually get this one in range too, but it seems like this one is definitely not powered up at all. Very, very, very weak. So we can kind of forget that one. Also, crap, I shouldn't get that marketplace thing. It is gaining me lives. Oops. Don't worry, we're still at max, I think. Oh crap, I'm dying. Oh, I had to use it there. Actually, this would have saved me, so I'll keep that in mind. And seeing how fast the damage is going down there, I'm pretty sure the attack speed of the transformation is also being applied like when we're using it, so huzzah. Okay, now for some overclocking action for even more attack speed. Looking nice and all so far, but I still want more. Oh crap, that actually might not have survived because remember, there's no pierce on these Druids here. So I still have to use that ability in case. But yeah, GG, we beat tier 2 Elite Blooners, double HP with pretty much $3,000 worth of towers. Let that sink in. And now I'll use the next 10 rounds here to set up my round 76 Rigger farm. Can't mess it up, although I guess there's still round 79. And now for 76. In the meantime, you can see the power of the Druids are ready. Let's go, and hopefully the Rigger farm shall commence. So, transformation now. Tech bot it again. And I think it is working. Oh wait, why do I have this MIP here? Okay, that was probably the reason why the farm wasn't as big as I thought it would be. Or eventually get. Okay, now for real, I think we have a reliable enough setup that I can walk away for a little bit and come back in, I don't know. We'll see. But see you in a bit. I am officially back from obliterating my toilet, so I would like to assume that with the help of Speed Hack, we've at least spent 2 hours of in-game time powering these up. So in that case, I think it is time to kill the bug. Like, how's that for increased attack speed? It doesn't feel like it kind of feels like it could go even faster, but I think it's good as is. If not, I suppose we can max buff them later, but I think this is good enough for a showcase, so let's commence killing the Rigger farm. And let's just go ahead and move this one. This was supposed to be the one that gets the most attack speed, but I'll compare all 3 of them to see which one is truly shooting the fastest. And then we'll turn that one after Wrath. Unfortunately, I forgot to add DPS display, so we'll just have to ballpark how much each one is doing. So this one's definitely pretty good. Almost 10,000 damage per second. This one is, wow, really weak. Tough life, eh? This one's pretty close to the first one, but I do believe this is the one to turn it into. Well, good to know. It seems like we're still struggling against those cerams leaking, so let me just go ahead and do the following here to stay alive. As you can see, transformation is a massive nerf. At least a single target. Now it's only doing like 2,000 or 3,000 DPS. Ah, yes, now that's much more like it. So I guess if we want to make this pop a little bit faster, sure. We'll Sharpening Stone the main guy. Shall we start getting Populus around it too? Sure. We turn all the bugged Druid rats to Populus, and now, here's the 5-stack. Now officially surpassing 10,000 DPS, closer to like 20k at this point. Don't worry, still a lot more buffs to go, and now with Call to Arms, I think judging from that alone, it'll definitely be delightful to see just how many projectiles we're going to be able to spew out with this Druid army. And once everything gets back in range here, Tier 3 should be taken down. And I think for Tier 4, I might go ahead and do the upgrade to Avatar Wrath. It actually took us a surprisingly long time to be Tier 3 there. But remember, this is still only a, 20k defense with a little bit of support. Okay, one more stack on the B Central, and then we can move on to Ultra Boosting the Druid. There's 98, by the way. No words for me to explain the power that we just saw right there. And here we go. First Ultra Boost stack. Tech Bot the Ultra Boost. Upgrade to Avatar Wrath, and let us see the power commence with a Homeland 2 to boot. Alright, how much are we looking at? Not quite 100k yet, but certainly many Ks of damage. Here's the HP bar of Bloonarius, just for your curiosity's sake. Are we fighting against mobs here? Hang on. Yes, this Druid here should be able to snipe them. Although, not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. I'll get an absolute 0. Maybe I should find a better angle for the Avatar Rat so that it's like shooting into the track so you can see more of the projectiles. Because right now it's just flying in the corner outside the screen. I guess not really much you can do when Bloonarius is like in the corner. Fair enough. Something in me is saying that I feel like I should be getting more damage in. I guess the Super Brutal would help now. All the 1 damage projectiles from this Druid here will be doing extra +5. Same thing with the Charisma Web. Should definitely make sure to get that too. And how fast are we at chipping away Bloonarius right now? I'm taking a look up here. Pretty much close to 100k DPS. In a way, we kind of almost truly have Quantum Entanglement at home. Kind of like a budget version, because it's not anywhere near as OP as that, but I mean, I guess you'd be hard-pressed to find a bug any crazier than that, because that was probably one of the craziest bugs in the entire 5.5-year history of this game. And it looks like Tier 4 Elite Bloonarius is going to get a little bit further than Tier 3, even with the Avatar Wrath. But I think seeing the progress, we are definitely going to add every buff possible for the last year. I hope I farmed hard enough for the TSG. So let's finally get up what we're missing. So a TSG, give it range, give it a village so it reaches the Avatar Wrath. Let's make sure to get a Perm Root 2. I hope I got it fast enough so it buffs these towers. And lastly, I believe we were missing just a single Call to Arms and a Glue Storm. And that should be hopefully enough to solo. If not, well, we'll see. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Homeland's active, and I think our Avatar has every buff being given to it. Actually, aside from, I forgot to refresh Sharpening Stone for the +1, but there it is. 200,000 DPS. Don't know if I was supposed to expect more, but that's as much as we're gonna get out of it. I think that's gonna be enough to beat it, but we might have to still Chinook the Avatar Wrath around in order to survive here. In the meantime, how is our other Druid doing? This one here, the one that was second strongest, is doing about a little under 100k, which is kind of crazy considering I thought Avatar Wrath would give more than like 3 times, but gotta remember those additive buffs stacked insanely well. The additive, like, damage buffs. We are now officially at the 3/8 mark. I'm gonna go ahead and move my Super Brittle down here. Keep on Glue Storming. And what more is there to say about this bug, really? In hindsight, if I had known the difference between the Druid Wrath and Avatar Wrath was not that big, I definitely would have tried to stack more of them, but I guess you saw earlier, it's hard to even get an even split. Some of them were pretty much missing the mark entirely. Okay, I think I ran out of the Camel Pot. I also should give the Camel Pot to the Druid that was also pretty OP. I think it's time to move it though, yep. So now we just gotta get a bunch of makeshift Populus Druids to help it get back to 5 stacks. And this ought to do it soon. I just realized we also don't even have 10 stacks on the Poplust, only 7. Even smaller gap than I mentioned earlier, so GG. We have essentially killed Bloonarius 2 times over. I reckon we probably wouldn't have even sniffed to killing 1 Bloonarius if not for this bug. Yeah, I guess if you're watching this, abuse it while you can, because it's probably going to get patched really soon. Although if it's anything like the quantum entanglement bug, maybe it's complicated enough that it'll take a while for them to fix. Who knows? So final pop count, 85 million, 37 million. Third bug druid, only 3.7.